One morning, New York City awoke to mountains, not of snow, but of garbage. Black bags, bursting at the seams, formed jagged peaks along every pavement, narrowing the city's arteries. The air reeked of decay, a scent that clung to everything. The familiar roar of garbage trucks was gone, replaced by a silence that screamed of collapse. The city, a symbol of progress, was brought to its knees by a snowstorm. This is a story of how quickly our world unravels when one vital thread snaps. This is the story of what happens next. The storm, Blizzard Janus, arrived as predicted, blanketing the city in white and silencing its usual chaos. For a day, New York felt peaceful, almost magical. But as the snow stopped, its second, crueler face emerged. The sheer volume buried cars and blocked streets, overwhelming the city's snowplows. The focus was on clearing main roads, leaving thousands of residential streets untouched for days. The city's circulatory system was clogged, and the Department of Sanitation faced an impossible choice. Clear snow or collect rubbish. Every worker and vehicle was diverted to snow removal. Refuse collection was suspended. At first, no one minded, but days stretched into a week. Rubbish piled up, first in basements, then on pavements, then in chaotic mounds. Black bags tore open, spilling coffee grounds, packaging and soiled nappies onto the stained snow. The city's beauty vanished, replaced by ugliness and threat. The silent aftermath of the blizzard became a visible, growing crisis. The city's routine had been shattered, and the consequences were only beginning. What started as a snowstorm was now a public health emergency. The unseen aftermath was now horribly visible. New York's breakdown was a cascade, one failure triggering the next. The snow overwhelmed the city's capacity, forcing sanitation to suspend rubbish collection. Garbage trucks were stuck or repurposed for ploughing, unable to reach buried streets. The system was built for one crisis at a time, not two. Overflowing rubbish became a feast for rats, who swarmed the streets in daylight, spreading disease. Piles blocked pavements, forcing people into icy roads, dangerous for the elderly, parents and the disabled. Emergency services struggled to reach those injured by the storm's secondary effects. City officials, appearing from clean locations, offered hollow reassurances. Trust in the system collapsed. People felt abandoned. The social contract, taxes for essential services, was broken. The deepest scar was the loss of trust. When things get tough, you're on your own. Not all of New York suffered equally. In wealthy enclaves, rubbish mountains were smaller or absent. Private refuse companies, hired by luxury buildings, navigated the snow to keep their clients' streets clean. News showed split screens. Families in the Bronx trapped by filth while Park Avenue gleamed. City leaders gave press conferences from spotless Midtown, deepening the sense of detachment. The message was clear. In crisis, the wealthy are protected, the rest fend for themselves. The system wasn't just broken, it was broken unequally. The crisis exposed a moral failure, not just an operational one. The real story was told by those living through the crisis. Maria, a home health aide, said, "They're prisoners in their own homes. I'm their only link to the outside." Ben, a father, watched rats swarm rubbish. "I can't let my kids play outside. The city's forgotten us." Aisha, a Bronx shop owner, saw her business dying. "Rubbish blocks my door. Customers stay away." Even sanitation workers felt the strain. "We're working 16-hour shifts, but no one listened." The crisis revealed not just failure, but a deep sense of injustice. The city's wounds would not heal quickly. The crisis was a harsh lesson in urban fragility. Modern cities are delicate machines. When one part fails, the whole system is at risk. The Department of Sanitation, built for routine, couldn't adapt to extraordinary events. Centralized, inflexible systems became bottlenecks in crisis. Years of underinvestment in unglamorous services like sanitation left the city vulnerable. True strength isn't in skyscrapers, but in the ability to clear snow and collect rubbish everywhere. The crisis shattered complacency, reminding us that basic services aren't guaranteed. We must ask, what's our plan for when the machine breaks down again? Resilience is built from the ground up. The crisis taught New Yorkers the value of personal preparedness. Don't wait for authorities. Build your own lifeboat of plans and supplies. Store at least 4 liters of water per person per day for several days. Stock non-perishable food, tinned goods, protein bars, dried fruit, and a manual can opener. Prepare for all household needs, including pets and medications. Keep a basic emergency kit, first aid, torch, radio, batteries, important documents, and cash. Heavy-duty bin bags and disinfectant can keep your space sanitary if services fail. Community matters. Get to know your neighbours, share information, and pool resources. Create a simple communication plan for your family and neighbours. Your lifeboat is stronger when tied to others. The trash crisis forced us to confront our dependence on invisible systems, pipes, cables, workers and networks. These systems free us to pursue life, but make us vulnerable when they fail. Most city dwellers lack basic self-reliance skills. We've traded them for efficiency. When the system breaks, we're shockingly exposed. The crisis showed our resilience is only as strong as the services we rely on. We must fund and maintain these systems, but also cultivate personal and community resilience. Self-reliance isn't a rejection of modern life. It's insurance against its failures. The city is a marvel, but even marvels can break. New York's trash crisis is a universal warning for modern cities. Our complex systems aren't guaranteed. They need investment, planning, and vigilance. Awareness is the first step. Ask how prepared your city is for the next crisis. Engage with local government. Support leaders who prioritize core infrastructure. Maintenance of basic services is the most fundamental duty of city government. On a personal level, prepare your household and share your plans with neighbours. A resilient community is built from connected, prepared households. Let this story be a catalyst for action, not fear. Share these lessons, discuss them, and help build stronger, smarter communities. The future of our cities depends on what we do next.